We're back at it. Back at it. What's the date today? It's Friday. But let me check what the date is. Let me check my watch actually. Hold on. My trusty smartwatch. It's giving me cancer in my wrist. It's giving me cancer in my wrist. It's Friday, January 23rd. January 23rd. And I must admit, we are still feeling good. Tired as always, but we're feeling good. So that means we have gotten over this virus, this flu, whatever it was. Pretty much got over it. Even the sore throat is gone. So not too bad of a recovery time. I would imagine that if I wasn't working still and I was just sleeping all day with some like light movement, going for walks, outside for like 10-15 minutes, I probably would have gone better maybe 4 days sooner. And I was working pretty hard still, so kind of delayed my recovery. But I feel good. On our way to the gym. Today is a leg day. I'm gonna hit it quick because we do have a lot to do today. Have some early things to do for work as well, so it's not gonna be the craziest workout. With that making sense as well, because I don't want to have a crazy workout. I'm still trying to ease into it. Like my chest right now is so sore just from doing chest yesterday. And you guys know, if you work out, you know what that is. Like you stop for a little while. As soon as you start back working out, that soreness you used to get when you first started, it comes back. Because usually I don't get sore like that, like not to this level. My car is so dirty, so much salt all over it. If I have time, I'll try to go to the car wash today. If not, no worries. I'll catch you guys at the gym. I'll get some content, get some clips in. And yeah, we'll try to do some videos throughout the day as well. More like a vlog style, that's what I should be doing anyways. Alright. And I just started reading an interesting book that I've been meaning to get to for a long time. It is called, a lot of you may know it, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's been highly recommended to me for years now. I've never gotten to it, but I'm getting to it right now. And it's funny, what the book is about essentially, it's something I already know and I've always known. And I've heard it repeated to myself, and I've actually told myself this, and I've seen it in many different forms and come in many different shapes. But I guess the book in a special way has a certain vernacular and a certain way of storytelling that it maybe connects and it resonates for people more so this way, through this story in this book. But for anybody out there who is thinking about reading a book, essentially what the book is trying to get you to understand and do is that to become rich and successful in every sense of the word, right? Not just monetary, financially, just in every sense of the word. It comes down to two things so far that I've gotten from the book, and I'm only 1 or 2 chapters in. It is work at something, but never, ever, ever give up. Literally never give up. Choose something that you want to work on or work towards, and every single time it gets hard and you want to give up, just don't. Just keep at it. It's that simple, but because it's that simple, it's that difficult, right? But because the majority of people will not keep at it. The majority of people will give up. I can speak for myself that the majority of people will give up when things get hard, right? Imagine, even if they're just studying for an exam, the majority of people will just give up when things get hard. And they'll come up with a bunch of different reasons or excuses as to why they're giving up, but essentially what they're doing is giving up. So number one, when you're working at something, just never give up on it. Always attack until you succeed, right? Secondly, it's your thinking, your mindset. You are what you think. Your world is shaped by what you think. The world gives you based on what you think. You get where your vibration is at. You know what I'm saying? Like, the world literally does actually revolve around you in a way. In a way. Your vibration is everything. If you're a very positive person, always thinking of success and becoming successful, always believing in yourself, always believing you could do something, right? How many times do we, in life tell ourselves we can't do something, or I don't think I can do it? Basically shift that thinking and that mindset into always saying, I can do that. I will do that. I will figure it out. And yeah, it sounds wishy-washy, but it really is that simple. But yet, it's nobody, not much people do it and apply it because it's so simple. And it's things that, again, like I have already known for a long time, but there's just something about the way he describes it in the book that just makes it resonate a lot more. I don't know. I wish I'd gotten to this book a lot sooner, but everything in divine timing, right? But yeah, long story short, I'm gonna read that book, and I'm gonna actually read it on repeat over and over and over and over until basically the methodology becomes a habit. Until then, I'm just gonna keep reading it over and over and over and over and over and over and over, because I do understand the message and I do get it, and I've always known it for a very long time. But it's like, you can know something, but then unless you're actually applying it, I don't think you truly understand it. There's like a certain level of understanding that you're just lacking, because you would be applying it, you would be doing it, right? If someone told you that I'm gonna give you this one task to do, and right now you can't do it, but one day you will be able to do it, and you just need to keep at it for 5 years, right? And at the end of those 5 years, you will be granted, or you will earn X, right? Something that you want. And it's guaranteed. Most people will still not stick with the thing. So there's another layer, there's another block that I need to also figure out as to why people have a hard time to just do the thing. To just do the thing. Like, what is procrastination? What is laziness? What is fear of failure? What is, like, I need to figure. I want to really dive deep into my psychology and try and figure these things out, because I believe once I figure those things out, the world is for the taking, and I'll be able to actually help other people figure that out as well. Because I realize that a lot of some of these self-help gurus out there, the ones that are actually legit, those are the people that actually figured it out as well. But they had their own way of figuring it out, and they have their own unique way of trying to communicate it to people, right? And it may resonate with some, it may not resonate with some. Your message, if you have a message, your message might resonate with some people, and someone else's message, they can have the same message, but it won't resonate the way they communicate it, right? So everybody's voice has a way, has a pattern, has a way of getting through, has a reason to be. That's what I'm trying to say, essentially. But yeah, anyways, I will catch you guys at the gym. All right, I need to relax a little bit. Not relax, but I need to. I want to do some breathing techniques on my way there. Kind of wake my body up a little bit more. My mind feels awake just because I'm having this conversation right now with you guys, but my body, I just want to wake my body up a little bit more. All right. What's good, gang? We're back at it. Squat day. This didn't feel too bad, I'm not gonna lie to you. This felt like a pretty good workout. I felt pretty good afterwards. I felt pretty strong. My legs felt good. I made sure to take my time and do a sufficient warm-up. Some of it is not even included in the actual clip itself. A lot of the stuff that I did is not actually in the video, but be sure to know that I made sure to properly warm up. All right, I've really
been growing in that department, and I've really been maturing in that department, and just realizing how important it is, especially the older you get, how important it is to negate that wear and tear and that possibility of injury by doing a sufficient dynamic warm-up before any resistance training. But even just forget resistance training, even if you're just going to go outside and shovel snow, even if you're just going to go for a run, even if you're just going to go do some lifting, moving furniture at home, just anything like that. It honestly, it's a game changer to really just take your time and really give yourself a sufficient warm-up. So I do a lot of random things, like I do kickbacks, I swing my legs back and forth, I swing my legs side to side, unilaterally, laterally. I'll try to roll out my shoulders, I'll do some dead hangs just to kind of stretch my back out, stretch my spine out. I'll do some high knees. I'll do high knees where I kind of externally rotate my hips and my leg into almost into a circle. I don't even know how to describe it to you. I'm sure there's a word for it, but little things like that. Sometimes I'll go into a deep squat and just go into that prayer stance. It's a yoga stance, I just don't know the name of it as well, and just put my elbows between my thighs and push them apart and just kind of get that deep stretch in the groin area. That feels really good whenever I hold that stretch. I should be doing that more often, to be honest with you. So aside from that, it's just a lot of random movements. It's all about getting your limbs, getting your ligaments moving, getting them, loose. Also getting blood flow. The important part about the blood flow is when you're doing any type of dynamic warm-up, you want to at least do 10 minutes on the cardio, 10 minutes on the assault bike, 10 minutes on the treadmill, just to get your body moving, get your body temperature up a little bit, and just get your body flowing, and that's also the importance of doing dynamic stretching as well. You don't want to be doing static stretching when your body is just cold and rigid. I think it could possibly lead to injury in my humble opinion. And it's been proven that static stretching before resistance exercise actually weakens you. It weakens your muscles going into that now resistance training. So that's just my 2 cents on my methodology on how I do my warm-ups. Now, aside from that, we got into the squats. We did a lot of we did a lot of reps on a lot of sets, but essentially what we did is we started off with just 20 pounds on the bar, and we worked our way up in increments of 20. So started off at 10s, gotta move on to started off at 20, gotta move on to 40, move on to 60, move on to, you know what I'm saying? And we just kept working our way up, all the way up until we got to did we get to 225? I believe we worked our way up to 225. I'm not entirely sure that I remember correctly, but I think we worked our way up to 225. Sometimes I honestly just don't remember what I did for the workout, especially when it's a few days back, because right now I'm not programming. I have a general program and a general idea of what my goals are right now for my workouts and for my overall health. But aside from that, I don't actually have a dedicated on paper program, periodized, letting me know how many reps, how many sets, what exercise, what the tempo is, what the rest times are. I don't have any of that written down, and I probably should, honestly, but for right now, for what my current goals are, I just don't think it's necessary. I think it's just a little bit overkill. It's just gonna take away some of the flexibility and freedom that I would like to have in my training. Plus, my training, to have a concrete plan like that, it will require a lot of adjustments just based on my day-to-day, based on if I get sick, just based on my work schedule, my workload. There are days where I will not even work out just because I know I have a heavy day at work and a long day at work, right? I try to really be mindful of taxing my body and matching it based on the recovery that I'm going to experience, because you already know I have problems sleeping. So if I know that I'm not going to get a lot of recovery, or I know that I'm going to be taxing myself way past my ability to recover, I just dial back my activity and just make sure that my activity matches the level of recovery I'm going to get. Aside from that, we had a meaningful finish at the end. We just made sure to do some farmer walks at the end. That was my meaningful finish. I love farmer walks. They feel great. I love just picking up like a 95-pound, 100-pound dumbbells in each hand and just, you know, just walking with it. It's very challenging. I get a super pump in my forearms. It just feels super good. It just feels great to do. I would recommend that some people probably should do, or if not everybody should do, the variation where you actually do the farmer's carry, but you do one side at a time. And the whole reasoning or methodology behind that is when you put the dumbbells in each hand, you're actually kind of taking away from the balancing act, taking away from the work on your abdomen region of trying to keep yourself balanced with all that weight on one side, and just creating that oblique work on the opposite side of where you're holding the dumbbell, right? So I've done it before, and it's definitely a lot more challenging. It's definitely a lot more of an ab workout, so I recommend giving that a try. But that's it for now. That's the workout. I will catch you guys in the next one. All right, peace.